Donald says that's enough of that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what a night that is for James Tennyson, but also you have to feel some sympathy for Josh O'Reilly. He came out stone cold against a big puncher and the biggest night of the Canadian's life, and he has absolutely been blown away by James Tennyson.
First round stoppage. So, before we get to some highlights, James Tennyson, since losing to Tevin Farmer in Boston via a body shot where he did, what's that yoga move called? The downward dog? Or the downward dog, right? He has now scored his 6th straight knockout. This one in round 1. He scored a 2nd round knockout, a 2nd round stoppage, another 2nd round TKO stoppage, an 11 TKO stoppage, and 6. And now, if I'm correct, a WBA eliminator, or was that a WBA final eliminator? Is this man, James Tennyson, now the 135-pound mandatory for Gervonta Tank Davis's bullshit belt? Now, it's just me in general. I don't count the WBA title, the world title, the interim title, the gold title. I tried to ask Gilberto Mendoza what the fuck was the gold title. He got all like with me, like that. Like, we'll talk about it at another time. Like, them bullshit belts, it's a scam. But this man, James Tennyson, looks like he's going to be the mandatory. Like, was this an eliminator or a final eliminator? We got to listen to the post fight interview. Because if you don't know, Teofimo Lopez is the guy at 135 pounds. Then you have Devin Haney, WBC champion. Tank Davis, bullshit WBA world. Yvonne Mendy. You know, they can do that. Tennyson versus Yvonne Mendy. I like Yvonne Mendy. You got George Kambosos, who's the IBF mandatory. Teofimo may be fighting him over in Australia. Ron Garcia, Luke Campbell's taking on each other for what? The WBC interim title at 135 pounds. Lightweight 135 is pretty lit, especially when you look at guys from 130 that could potentially or will likely move up. Guys like Burcho, shit like that. Listen in. Please subscribe. Like the video. I guess we got a nice little time before.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Marcus McDonald calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 14 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by RSC. He's the winner of the WBA lightweight eliminator, James the Assassin Tennyson.
I'm interested in his post-fight interview or his post-weigh-in interview. Just fight. What the fuck am I talking about? It's Friday, that's why. Tripping.
Well, short and very, very sweet for James Tennyson, who does look lethal at lightweight. Now, where you go from here, that is a WBA lightweight eliminator. The WBA, of course, has an array of world champions, as we know. And actually, if you look at their website, their super champion is still listed as Vasil Lomachenko, which had me scrambling back going, I'm sure Teofimo Lopez beat that guy. But anyway, yes, Lopez, their super champion. Tank Davis.
Still a little jump cut.
And their gold champion, Yvonne, means that he will, at the very least, leapfrog.
It's not a final eliminator.
In the WBA
James,
rankings.
in the build-up to this one, you were predicting a tough fight. Did that just reinforce this reputation that you're building for yourself, which is a legit puncher?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was expecting a tough night here with Josh. Get in, moving around. I could clip them with a left hook and I just seen a wee chink that had hurt him, so I just went, you know what, I'll put it on a bit here and, you know, pad off.
In the past, you've sort of said, I don't even go looking for it. If it comes, it comes. But are you well aware now that they are sort of dynamite fists, that you're hitting people and they are staying hit and they're going early?
Yeah, you could say so. I think it's just my style, you know. I'm a bit of a come forward aggressive boxer. You know, I can't box when I need to, but, you know, when you put it on someone and you catch him, you know, you may as well just follow it up, especially when you're an eliminator, you know, you take no chances.
We sort of touched on it previously, but not in depth. How much of this is due to finding your natural weight class at lightweight?
Oh, it's everything, you know, from moved up, you know, what's that, six straight knockout wins at lightweight, you know, doing the weight's absolutely amazing, you know, I'm very comfortable, feeling a heck of a lot stronger and sharper, so yeah, the move up's benefited me massively.
Obviously, you and Mark Dunlop and Eddie Hearn will have a plan now moving forward, and we'll hear from Eddie Hearn. But how far away do you feel that you are from a second world title challenge?
After tonight's win, you know, very close. I'd say I'm knocking on the door now. We'll be close to being ready to go.
Plotting that route, promoter Eddie Hearn, which way will you go? That was obviously an eliminator for the WBA title, which is Teofimo Lopez as the super champ and regular champion is Gervonta Davis. Will you look to make that fight sooner rather than later, or will you try and get some interim fights and let that play out?
Do you know what? I think, again, just ruthless from James Tennyson. For me, he needs another fight at a higher level than Josh O'Reilly before he can start talking about Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis. But there's plenty of fights we love. Rolli Romero is now #1 with the WBA. He'll go in at #2, I believe, in the next rankings. I love Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares at the Odyssey when crowds are back early next year is the one. And I've got to tell you, it doesn't matter whether you're from Belfast, England, Australia, it doesn't matter. Where with this camera here? You love knockouts, you love entertainment, then watch and support this young man. He is absolutely ruthless. Some fighters, they go in, they perform. Some fighters have off nights. He doesn't have off nights. He goes in, he lets his hands go every single time. Belfast, you love your boxing. You've got to get behind this kid. You've got Tommy McCarthy now, European title. We can bring the big nights back. I would put him in with anyone in a division. Anyone. Because he has the ability to take anyone out. I think he's one of the best kept secrets at 135 pounds. I think he's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. I think he's one of the hardest punchers pound for pound in boxing. Get behind him. Because this kid is going to entertain you every time he steps through the ropes.
James, Eddie's naturally playing it down, obviously, and underselling it. You're 27, you've had 30 fights. How much more is still to come, do you think? Or is this at your peak now, you feel you're ready for those big tests?
I feel now that I'm ready for them big tests, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, I feel I've still got plenty more to give in the sport, plenty to learn, plenty to improve on, you know. And when I do that, you know, it'll bring me up onto an even higher level again.
Boxing at home is one thing, and I'm sure that having gone through boxing with no crowds, that would be something special to you. Just a word on the names that you mentioned there, particularly Jorge Linares, who's very active on social media, and I'm sure we'll see this. Yeah, absolutely, you know. Eddie's saying about fighting Jorge Linares and the SSC in Belfast, you know, an opportunity like that make it her my next stand. So, absolutely, you know, that's the sort of fights that I'm in the sport for. Well done tonight, very entertaining. Thank you.
My, how Jorge Linares has fallen. You know, no disrespect to James Tennyson, but a few years ago, James Tennyson wouldn't have got a sniff at Jorge Linares. You know, and in regards to Rolli Romero, he ain't getting that fight. Like, this kid, he gonna be babysitting that interim title for God knows how long. But dominating performance, you know, hell, this post-fight video is longer than the motherfucking fight. Shit, I'm out of here. Get ready for the main event. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView3CT.com. Please subscribe.